Hello guys, welcome to my channel Learners Flow. So today we are going to learn about non-primitive data types and types of variables. So here we have special cases. So whenever we use long data type, along with the data we have to mention capital L or small l. So this is a long data, this is a variable, a is a variable, and this is a long data, and in the along with the data we have to mention capital L or small l. Otherwise compiler will consider this as a integer, so then it will gives you error because integer will store uh, only certain range is there. So sorry, I don't remember right that now. I'll surely tell that in the next video. So it will store only integer, so it will consider it as a integer and it will throw you the error. So along with the data we have to mention capital L or small l, and then for float we have to mention capital F or small f. This is a special case. And then non-primitive data type. So what is non-primitive data type? Which requires multiple blocks of memory in order to get stored. For example, string. So this is a string. This hello is required these blocks of memory to get stored. This one block, this one block, this is one block, and this all have particular blocks. So this multi-value data is nothing but a non-primitive data. So string is a non-primitive data. So for this requires multiple blocks of memory. Then default values for all primitive data types is null. So for all these non-primitive data types the default value is null. For every data type we have a default value. For example, integer, for we have a 0, and for a boolean we have default values false. Like that for all the data types we have default values. And then let us see the types of variables. Based on data type we have two types of variables, that is primitive and non-primitive variable. Based on scope we have local variable, static variable, and non-static variable. So let us see one by one. So primitive variable is nothing but variable which stores primitive data. This is a variable and this variable stores the primitive data. Int is a primitive data, so it requires only one block of memory, so it is a primitive data. And a double is a primitive data, and this variable b stores a primitive data, so it is a primitive variable. And here it is a non-primitive variable. Non-primitive variable nothing but variable which stores non-primitive data. So this s is a variable which stores a non-primitive data, that is string. String is a non-primitive data. Last slide we saw that, right? So it stores the non-primitive data, how it is storing. So this is a non-primitive variable. This s is a non-primitive variable. So variable which stores primitive data is a primitive variable. Variable which stores non-primitive data is a non-primitive variable. Next we have a scope. Based under scope we have three types, like local variable, static variable, and non-static variable. I will tell about static and non-static variable in the next video. Now I have covered only till the local variable. So scope is nothing but it is generally indicates about visibility. So about based on the visibility of the variable we are categorizing that are categorized into three, that is local, static, and non-static. So local variable is nothing but it has to be inside a method block or any other block other than the except the class block. So it should not be inside the class block. So if it is inside the class block means this is a method block, and if it is above this method block means it considered as a it's inside in the class block. So if it is inside a class block means it does not comes under local variable. It should be inside a method block or any other it can be inside a main block or any other method block, but it has to be inside a method block. So that we consider as a local variable. Here it is main method, and it is we are taken here like this, taken inside this method block. So it is a local variable, and if we want to access it without assigning the value, here we have not assigned any value. If we want to access it without assigning the value, like here we have accessed system.out.print. This is system.out.print, and a we are accessing. So if we want to access mean, that will show you the compile time error, because we cannot access it without assigning the value. That is the rule number 1. And then the rule number 2 is we cannot access it in any other block. Here we have this block, this a is restricted to only this block, because here only we have declaration part. Here only we have initialized the variable. Like initialized means here only we have taken the variable, and here only we have assigned the value. So if we want to access that a in this block, it will show you the compile time error. Here in the class block we are trying to access it, but it will show you the compile time error because it is restricted to only this block. This is the second point. And the third point is we cannot declare the same variable. So this is a is both are same variable, but we are storing two values, 19 and 29. The same variable, two values, it is not possible. We cannot declare same variable within the same scope block, both are same. So these are the 3 points in the local variable. These are 3 rules. Okay, so this is all about today's video. I have prepared only short PPT for this video. So in the upcoming videos I will be sharing, I will be covering most of the things. And thank you for watching. Bye.